The potential gradient in the previous cases, whatever we taken, it is mainly based on it's mainly the equations what we taken. It is telling that the length will be different for the incremental length, but we taken that the electric field intensity is a constant one. Yes, E is taken as a constant, but our length is taken as a delta. Sorry, they are taken as a different lengths of delta L1, L2, L3, and we derive the equation. But in many of the cases, it is not that our electric field intensity should be a constant one. Based on a different length, if I am going to be taking, the potential may vary. Based on that, our electric field intensity is going to be varying. For such applications, whatever things we taken in the previously, it is not going to be holding good. For that reason, to overcome of that part, we are going to learning a potential what is going to potential what is good we can distribution the distribution in terms of a capacitors. For parallel plate capacitors, what we learned in a basics, how it is going to be, we are giving a supply here positive will be aligning, here it is negative will be aligning, right? In the basics in your physics you learned of this. For these I am going to be considering as a consideration. Then I'll be telling how it is going to be varying, what all the factors are affecting for that, so that our field intensity and the potential what it is going to be occurring, whether it is storing in the information or not. The same thing, this whole theory is just taken here. We'll move on to the next part of this. Thus, these quantities, whatever it's telling, it can be easily obtained by potential field, and our goal is of what we are going to be finding. The next part is of a simple method of finding electric field intensity from the potential. Means we want our electric field intensity from the voltage. What the relation it should be. Actually, I should not write that E is going to be equals to V, but we want something here. What is that? And how we are going to be getting off that part. That is about potential gradient. This part is very important. In many of the question paper, it is asked for 8 marks or else for 6 marks. Theory, you can just go through and in a simple way. It's not that you have to write the whole one paragraph. Just write out 4 lines, what you understood. Based on this, how much I told, that much it's enough. Okay. Then we'll go with the general line, a relationship between the potential and with our electric field intensity. That is the equation we learned of that. V is going to be equals to minus integration of E dot dl. This is what the equation we already learned. Next, if I go with this equation, holds good for the short elements, means the length what I am going to be considering, maybe of copper wire of a small length, if I am going to fixing that, I can manage of that. But when the length cable is going to be, it is of infinite length, or if I am going to be the huge material where it is going to be conducting the information, right, one place to the another place. In such applications, transmission lines, if we are going to be considering, in such application, it's not telling that the equation is going to be holding good. Okay, that's for, it is for only short element of length of delta L, along which the E is essentially a constant value in that case, and leading to a increment potential difference. Then if I am going to be taking, then that is delta V. Therefore, the equation is going to be changing as the increment and change of potential, and also with the incremental change of the length. But electric field intensity is of a constant. Delta V is going to be equals to minus E dot delta L. Here it is going to be considering. Next, what you are going for considering, let me first find what we can determine any new information about the relationship between a V and E, that we are going to be considering now. Consider the space. This is the of you, if I am going to be taking of positive and negative, how your electric field intensity is going to be, yes, the same. source, it is same equation is taken, but you are telling that it's of a point charges only. This diagram, a vector incremental element of length delta L is shown making an angle of here theta with an electric field, that is E field, indicated by its streamlines. Observe here these streamlines. The sources of fields are not shown here. What is source? It's that's what I told. It's not the point charge only. We don't know which source we are getting the of this field. It's they are telling that the field is there, and with respect to the delta L, it's going to be changing. That's it. It's not that only point charges are there. It may have anything. That's what here it is taken. Consider a general region of space as shown in figure of what I shown now, in which E and V both are going to be changing. Observe here what the equation we taken is a constant, but here it is E electric field intensity and also potential is going to vary. First, as usual equation. Next, this is in your point, if you remember it will be easy. Next, both are changing. Write one line, that's enough. Then, what's the equation we taken? Choose the incremental vector element of length. Based on this equation, I can tell incremental length. Therefore, delta L is going to be equals to delta L of in which direction it is moving. That is about a AL, unit vector. And multiplying its magnitude by a component with the E. So what is the equation is telling? The same thing here it is indicating here. Component of E in the direction of AL, where we are going to be using of dot products, but you can leave off that now. To obtain a small potential difference between final and initial points, I can go with V into L. Then, if designating the angle between, means it's taking the angle between delta L and also for E as of theta, then delta V is going to be equals to minus, remember this equation, minus V, that is going to be equals to minus E delta L of cos theta. Then this potential we want what is the here we are going to wish to pass this to a limit and considering the derivative as dv by dl. Instead of this, we want what is the limit it's going to be. How it means how much the length we have to take. Is there any limit for that, so that I can the potential is going to be varying with respect to the field. That's what we have to consider here. For this, we are going to take v should be interpreted as a function of v of xyz. Therefore, and so far v is merely the result of the line integral. What we taken, it is of integration with the E dot dl. That's what here telling. If we assume a specific starting point, means if we are taking one specific pointing charge, just as a point charge from one point to the another point where it is moving, starting point are a zero reference. How it is going to be in the previous cases we taken. Zero reference, and then let our end point is going to be xyz only. Means we are taking the function v of xyz and some function is going to be moving from any specified starting point or else from the zero reference, and the end point should be what? Xy z only, xy and z. Then we know that the result of integration is a unique function of the endpoint, that is xyz, because E is a conservative field. In the previous cases we learned what do you mean by a conservative. Means wherever the things is going to be, it's coming back to the original position only, means xyz only. Therefore V is a, or else you can take directly as considering a simple line, considering V with a function of xyz, and it is going to be started with a specified starting point or else a zero reference, and the ending point may be xyz, and our end point is going to be xyz only because E is a conservative field. Simple line you can write. Just I am going to the textbook, means If you learnt of this, it will be easy for you. Which are important you should read and how to represent in your own way. For that reason, I am taking off scanned of this part. It's lengthiest one for that reason. Then what is going to be next? Therefore, v is a single valued function of v of x, y, z. Then pass this to the limit. What is the limit we are going for? dv by dl. That is dv by dl is going to be equals to what? Instead of delta, it's going to be taken as the difference. What's going to be? That's going to be equals to minus e cos theta we got. Next, in which the direction should be, that delta L direction should be placed in a, is placed to obtain a maximum value of delta V. Means where should we place our value so that I should get a delta V value as maximum. Based on our E, electric field intensity, is a definite value at that point which we are going to be working. Means at any particular point, if I am going to be taking, electric field intensity is independent of the path, right? That's what here is saying again. Working, and it is independent of the direction of the delta L. Therefore, the magnitude of delta L is also going to be a constant only. And a variable AL, that is unit vector, showing in the direction of delta L only. And it is obvious that the maximum positive incremental, means how much the incremental we are going to be taking of potential, that is delta V max, will occur when I can get a maximum value here. I should get only of the theta value, should, it depends on the theta, where theta should be, it should be minus 1. When cos theta is going to be minus 1, or else a delta L point in the direction opposite to the E. In such conditions, I can get the delta V maximum. Therefore, dV divided by dl, it's going to be getting a maximum when it is going to be equals to E only, until unless cos theta should be minus 1, or else delta L should be in a opposite direction. Then a small relationship between E and V at any point, it's going to be the magnitude of electric field intensity is given by the maximum value of the rate of change of potential with a distance. Means I can get a maximum magnitude of electric field intensity can be maximum when the rate of change of V should be changed with respect to the distance. Then I can get a maximum value of E. From the equation we can observe. Then the second one is this maximum value, what we taken, is obtained when the direction of the distance increment is opposite to the E. Observe here, maximum value when I can get, it should be opposite to the E. Means electric field intensity, it is in this direction, means our dV dl should be in the opposite direction. If it is of here, our potential should be in the opposite direction. Or else, in other words, the direction of E is opposite to the direction in which the potential is increasing in the most rapidly. Just if you remember this, it will be easy. That's what 2 points we observed from the equation. Next, we're considering one more figure where the potential field, here it is taken, potential field is shown by its equipotential surface. Next, what we are considering, it is for the equipotential surface. At any point, the electric field intensity is normal to the equipotential surface and passing through that point and is directed towards the more negative surfaces. Means taken more negative values only here. Next, let us now illustrate the same thing, this relationship in terms of a potential. Consider a figure of this and is intended to show the information we have been given about some potential field. That is, it does this by showing the equipotential surface. Instead of writing these all lines, just you can consider here as a equipotential surface. That's it. Shown as the lines in a two-dimensional sketch. Here it is shown what the figure is shown. The same thing here it is taken. You can skip off this writing. Then we decide the information about electric field intensity at point P. Where is our point? At this point. P, starting at P, we may lay, means that's going where it is taken, that's what, of a small incremental distance. The small incremental distance of this we are going to be considering incremental distance as delta L in various directions. Means hunting means which is taking the for that direction in which the potential is changing. Means if it is changing is where it is taking again, it's taking for all the values in which here it is going to be changing. Potential is changing most rapidly, means in which potential our P is going to be taking electric field intensity should be rapidly changing. That's what, in which potential it is going for, either it may be 90, 40, 50, 30 or any of the value. Then from the sketch, based on this direction appears to be left and slightly upward, means left at this way, at left and also slightly upward. From our second characteristics above, means the what we taken of this point, the electric field intensity is therefore oppositely directed, means our field intensity is opposite to the potential, or the right or slightly downward at P, means instead of taking left we should go with the right and downward. Its magnitude is given by dividing the small increase in potential by a small element of length. It means we take a small potential with respect to the length of that. Then the direction in which the potential is increasing, the direction in which the potential is going on increasing the most rapidly is perpendicular to the equipotentials, means what is taken the previously, the same. In the direction of increasing the potential, it should be a perpendicular value, and this is correct for if the condition is that delta L is directed along an equipotential, or else our delta V should be equals to 0 based on the equipotential surface, what it is taken in the previous. We told that in the equipotential surface delta V potential is going to be equals to 0 only. Then del of V is going to be equals to minus E dot delta L, that is going to be equals to 0. And since our E or else our delta L is going to be 0, E must be perpendicular to this delta L or else perpendicular to the equipotential. From this equation we taken. Then what we taken, just I glance over. It's not that you have to write all the theory part. First we taken what is the equation of potential in terms of electric field intensity. Next the incremental changes we taken. Then the equation is reduced to delta V is going to be equals to minus E delta L of cos theta. Then taking for dV by dL. Then taking the function for V at xyz. Due to conservative field of electric field intensity, the starting point of RLs is 0 reference and the end point xyz is going to be taking. You can write of that. Then about dV by dL is going to be equals to minus E cos theta. When I can get a maximum, just draw the diagram of this part, then go on telling when I can get our cos theta should be minus 1. Then dV by dL is going to be E. Okay. Then about two characteristics. Then go on draw the diagram, go on explaining two lines of this diagram, and in equipotentials considering equipotential surface. Then in equipotential surface our delta V is going to be equals to 0. Then write the equation of this. Means we get taken 4 points. Okay. Next is our fifth one. Since the potential field information is more likely to determine first, let us describe the direction of a delta L. Means now we will considering the direction of delta L, which leads to the maximum increase in potential mathematically in terms of a potential field rather than in terms of a electric field intensity. Means we are considering in terms of potential varying, not in terms of your electric field. Then letting an be a unit vector normal to the equipotential surface and directed towards the higher potentials. Then the electric field intensity is going to be taken as E is going to be equals to minus dV divided by dL of maximum into AN. Next, from the equation, the magnitude of E is given by the maximum space rate of change of V, and the direction of E is normal to the equipotential surface. Means the maximum when I can get out for the value of E, the space of rate of change with respect to V, and the direction of E is normal to the equipotential surface. That is in the direction of the decreasing potential. That's what here it is telling, because it is a negative sign. Since dV by dL maximum occurs when our delta L is in the direction of normal surface, means with respect to AN, then therefore dV by dL maximum is going to be equals to dV by dN with respect to AN for that reason. Therefore, the equation is going to be changing here as E is going to be equals to minus dV divided by dN of AN. You will be getting out. Then, if I compare here just equation 24 or 25 of with these two equations serves to provide a physical interpretation of the process of finding electric field intensity from the potential. From this equation, it's telling that we can find out the electric field intensity from the potential. Both are going to be a general procedure, or we do not intend to use them directly to obtain the quantity information. It's not required to line of these. Then this procedure is leading from V to E. Not a unique, not what the equation you take, it's not that much useful when we are going to be taken further. It's not unique to this pair of quantities, however, but has appeared as the relationship between a scalar and a vector field in hydraulics. What the equation we taken, this equation is applicable in taking of a scalar or vector field in terms of a hydraulics, thermodynamics and magnetics, and indeed most of every field to which vector analysis has to be applied. The equation where you taken where we want a vector fields are required, then I can use of this equation. But for us, it's not going to be. In your mechanical, if you are going for, then there you can use of this equation. But for as per electrical students, that much is not required. But we want the equation still more. For that reason, we'll continue further. That is the operation on V by which our minus of E is obtained is known as a gradient. Next is important here. Is known as the gradient, and the gradient of a scalar field T is defined as gradient of T is going to be grad of T, that is going to be equals to dt divided by dN AN. Instead of T, here it is going to be changing as V in the previous. Then where AN is a unit vector normal to the equipotential surface, and that normal is chosen which points in the direction of increasing of the value of T. What is the equation? Next, based on this, we can write the equation relationship between V and E. Instead of T, I can here use as E, that is going to be equals to minus grad of V. Observe here, grad of V is going to be equals to E. Then, since we shown that V is a unique function of xyz, therefore the total differential, it's going to be dv is going to be equals to dou v divided by dou x of dx plus dou v divided by dou y of dy plus dou v divided by dou z of dz. Then we can also write as dv is going to be equals to minus e dot dl. Therefore, I can write here as minus ex dx plus minus ey dy minus ez dz equation. Then both the expression are true for dx dy dz. Therefore, I can write here as the changes what it's going to be. Instead of ex, I can write here as dv by dx minus dv by dx. For ey, I can write as minus dou v divided by dou y, and dz is going to be equals to minus dou v divided by dou z. I can write it out. Then the resulting is going to be, I can write here as E is going to be equals to minus dou v divided by dou x ax plus dou v divided by dou y into ay plus dou v divided by dou z into az. Different potentials at all direction, that is x, y and z. That's what we taken. Then comparing the equation with the E is equals to minus grad V with respect to the equation what we obtained now, I can write the equation as grad of V is going to be equals to gradient of this part is going to be equals to this nothing but of whole of this. That's what here it is writing. Grad of V is going to be equals to dou V divided by dou x ax plus dou V divided by dou y ay plus dou V divided by dou z az. Therefore, the gradient of a scalar is of a vector. Observe here, gradient of a scalar is going to be, V is of a scalar quantity, but if I apply a gradient, it's going to be converting to the vector. And unit vector which are often incorrectly added to the divergence expression is not required. Then once we got this equation, the physical interpretation of a gradient, it's graphs showing the maximum space, rate of change of scalar quantity, and the direction in which this maximum is going to be occurring. The vector nature of the gradient should be self-evident. Then the vector operator, we know this, that is del operator, that is del is going to be dou divided by dou x of ax plus dou divided by dou y of ay plus dou divided by dou z of az. Or else, instead of, I can write for in terms of t, what is I can raise? Del of t is going to be what? Dou t divided by dou x ax plus dou t divided by dou y ay plus dou t divided by dou z into az. Therefore, with del, it is our gradient operation. Del t is going to be grad of t. Just by comparing this equation with our voltage gradient of this, what I can write here? This allows to impact the expression for E and V as E is going to be equals to minus del V. This is very important. Electric field intensity is going to be minus of del of V. In the first only, we taken that its electric field intensity is going to be, I told it is going to be equals to V, but exactly what we want, this part we don't know what it may be. For that reason, we got that it is of a negative of a gradient of our V. That's what here it is of. Then the gradient may be expressed in terms of partial derivative in other coordinate systems. Then here it is shown about a different coordinate systems in terms of Cartesian, cylindrical, and also in terms of a spherical, that is delta V is going to be equals to dou v by dou x into ax plus dou v by dou y into ay plus dou v by dou z into az in the Cartesian. If I am going to be in cylindrical, del of v is going to be equals to dou v divided by dou rho of a rho plus 1 by rho, dou v divided by dou pi of a pi plus dou v divided by dou z of az. Then this is in terms of cylindrical, and in terms of a spherical, del of v is going to be equals to dou v divided by dou r of ar plus 1 by r, dou v divided by dou theta a theta plus 1 divided by r sin theta, dou v divided by dou pi of a pi. This is in terms of a spherical coordinate system. A small note here that the denominator of each term has form of one of the components of a differential length, that is dl, in coordinate system. Here it is going to be dr, d theta and d pi, but it's of a differential lengths of that coordinate system, except that the partial differential replace the ordinary differential. Means what will in an ordinary means how we are going to be differentiating the terms, you will be getting the same. R sin theta of d pi you will be getting as r sin theta. So differentiation based on that how you can take up. This is about a potential gradient. This part is very important, and almost question paper this question is just asked repeatedly asked. Okay, first if I go just a small quick in 5 points how it is going to be. First you have to tell whatever the potentials we are going to be considering, it is not that much important. If I am going to be with the longest way, that's for that reason we will be preferring for finding of the equation electric field intensity in terms of a potential. Then for capacitors, how it is going to be in parallel place capacitor, how it is going to be taking, that you have to write here. Then write the equation for V is going to be equals to minus integration E dot dl. Then differential incremental length and incremental potential. Delta V is going to be E dot delta L. Then draw the diagram for this. What is the equation is going for? That is delta V is going to be minus E del of V cos theta. Then find dV by dl and take your V with a function as V x y z. Then by using of electric conservative field, whichever wherever it is going to be taken, you will be getting at the same position only, means at x y z only. Therefore dV by dl is going to be minus E cos theta. Then when it will be getting the maximum value of that dV by dl of maximum, I can get when our cos theta is going to be equals to minus 1, that is going to be equals to E. Then these 2 points about E and V. Then draw the diagram for this in terms of a write about equipotential surface where your delta V is going to be equals to 0 and small 2 or 3 maximum 4 to 5 lines enough, right? Next write the equation delta V is going to be minus E dot del of L is going to be equals to 0. Then in terms of equipotential surface, a normal direction a n is taken here. E is going to be dV minus dV by dl of maximum a n, that's enough. Then about when I can get dV by x a maximum, here it is taken a normal to the it's changing in the normal direction. For that reason instead of dV by dl I can write here as dV by dn and write the equation instead of L here as n, normal to the surface. That's what here taken for the equipotential surface. Then comparing the equation, then write about the gradient, the operation on V by which E is minus E is obtained is known as a gradient. Therefore gradient of T, you just go on after writing this, then E is going to be minus grad of V. Then write dV, write the equation, then dV is going to be equals to now E dot dl. I can write like this. Just by comparing of these two equations, I can write of Ex, Ey and Ez. Therefore E is going to be, write the whole equation. Then this is nothing but gradient of V. I can write the whole part. Therefore these equations in the basic equation, then I can write E is going to be minus del of V and write in the different coordinate systems of delta of V.